Maryanne started her life in Ireland to a very young mother who couldn't provide. Even very young, she was good and quiet. Her teeth grinned brown from a poor person's diet. And when she was 5, her mother figured she'd have a better life in some house that was bigger. So up for adoption to Larchmont, New York, taken in by my grandparents into a family of 7. And Maryanne was quiet. Maryanne was quiet. And everyone, they had to wonder, was it her nature, or had something happened violent? My mother was older, the only one born of blood. She understood things that only she understood. Everyone else so unaware that every night she'd find her dad drunk in a chair, asking her to come sit on Daddy's lap. Alcoholism and all of that crap. Who was to say if Maryanne suffered at the hands of her father, as did my mother? No one to tell, no one to ask. It was the 1950s, no one taking the test. What happens at home is a family's business as far as everyone was concerned. She was their perfect little Irish princess. And Maryanne was quiet. Maryanne was quiet. And everyone, they had to wonder, was it her nature, or did something happen violent? Got years later in the Floridian sand, a mounted policeman asked for her hand. They called him Beezy, he was a cop on a horse. He had a walrus-type mustache and a muscle car. They had 2 daughters at 18 of age. Beezy had pictures of naked girls in his garage at the same age. Maryanne taught high school, her kids really liked her, but they all sensed something nervous inside her. And on a Monday, getting ready to go in, she felt the 4 walls quickly rushing in. She called the doctor to come and see. He said she was overworked and gave her something to sleep. One day, the next, and it grew more and more. The panic inside her was also outside her door. The world and its people were plotting her doom. The only safe place was there in her room. And the girls and Beezy, they knew something was wrong, but they chose not to think about it ever too long. And on that day, she laid in her bed. The panic, it was pushing the eyes out of her head. The doctor had given her some anxiety pills that made her feel psychotic on top of everything else. Either lay there, watch her own life dissolve, or reach in the side table, her husband's revolver. And that's what she did with her weak little arms, and she held it to her head with her weak little arms. And it turns out her weakness was her one saving grace, as the gun jerked. Instead of entering her brain, it went through her face. And Maryanne was quiet. 6 months later and she had a new face. The doctors had put in a new one in its place. We all went to visit at Thanksgiving time. We hadn't seen her since the accident. We didn't know what we would find. To my surprise, she seemed better than ever. A new confidence and a face put together. Still she was sweet, but not quite as weak. There was a lift in her posture and something clear in her speech. As we flew home, we felt a little bit strange in how we found the whole thing arranged. But who is it for us to say what it takes for someone to find their own worth